The dining room smelled like rosemary and burnt sugar. My mother had overcooked the glaze again. And no one said anything, because Christmas was not the day for corrections. We all sat where we always sat. My sister across from me, already halfway through her second glass of wine. My father at the head of the table, carving with the seriousness of a man who liked being watched. I had come home for the holiday, because it was easier than explaining why I wouldn't. Somewhere between the salad and dessert, while plates were still half full, my father cleared his throat. It wasn't loud, he didn't need it to be. You know, he said, looking directly at me, this living arrangement isn't working anymore. I waited, everyone did. You're a burden, he continued. After dessert, pack your stuff. The word landed cleanly, no hesitation, no apology tucked inside it. My sister snorted into her wine a sharp, surprised sound. Like she'd laughed by accident and didn't bother pulling it back. She didn't look at me. She didn't felt something in my chest loosen, not tighten. That surprised me. I didn't argue. I didn't defend myself. I didn't remind them that I paid the internet bill, the electricity, the streaming services, the phone family plan, the insurance add-ons that magically appeared on my card years ago and never left. I didn't point out that, helping out for a bit, had quietly become infrastructure. I nodded once and finished my meal. They mistook that silence for defeat. I could see it in the way my father leaned back, satisfied. In the way my sister smirked like she'd won something without playing. I packed that night not dramatically. Just efficiently. Clothes first. Documents second. The things that were mine in ways no one could argue with. I slept on a friend's couch and woke up before sunrise with a strange sense of clarity. No anger. Just alignment. I opened my laptop. There were 17 recurring charges tied to my accounts. Utilities. 2 phone lines that weren't mine. A cloud storage plan no one remembered signing up for. Subscriptions bundled and rebundled over years of, can you just put it on your card? We'll sort it out later. Later had arrived. I didn't cancel everything blindly. I reviewed, I documented, I removed myself from obligations that had never been acknowledged as shared. Each confirmation email felt neutral, almost boring, no speeches. No announcement. By mid-morning, the first text came through. Hey, is the Wi-Fi down? I didn't reply. 10 minutes later, did you change the password? Then my sister called. I watched it ring out. Around noon, my father called. Twice, by early afternoon. The lights flickered. That's when the tone changed. The text stopped being irritated and started sounding unsure. We can't log into anything. The internet is completely out. The power company says the payment failed. I was sitting at a cafe, my coat draped over the chair, sipping coffee I paid for myself. Feeling oddly grounded. I didn't rush. I didn't gloat. Eventually answered my father's call. What did you do? He asked, skipping hello. I updated my accounts. I said. You can't just cut us off, he snapped. There it was. Ownership disguised as authority. I didn't cut you off, I said calmly. I removed myself. My mother got on the line then, her voice tight with panic. This isn't the time for lessons. It's Christmas week. I thought about the dinner table. The word burden spoken like a verdict. You told me to pack my things. I said I did. Silence stretched. Not disbelief, realization. My sister's voice cut in. Sure being petty. No. I said. I'm being accurate. They scrambled after that. Calls to service providers, long holds. Confusion over passwords they'd never needed to know. The systems worked exactly as designed. Authority didn't appear as a person. It appeared as policy. By evening, they asked me to come over and talk. I didn't. The next day, my father showed up at my friend's place. Standing on the porch like a man who had lost something he assumed was permanent. He didn't yell. He looked tired. We didn't mean it the way it sounded. He said. I believed him. That was the problem. They never did. I'm not moving basked. He hesitated. We need help. There it was again. Need. Not remorse. I'm willing to help. I said. With clear boundaries. Written ones. He nodded slowly like the idea offended him, but reality left no alternatives. Some services stayed off. Others came back under new terms. Bills transferred. Accounts separated. It was awkward. It was quiet. No one apologized properly. No one won. Christmas passed differently that year. Smaller. Strained. Honest in a way it had never been before. I don't know if they understand what changed. I'm not sure I fully do either. But I know this the moment they called me a burden. They lost the right to my silence. And when I stopped holding everything together for them, they learned how much they'd been leaning without ever asking. That knowledge didn't fix us. It just made the ground solid enough for me to stand somewhere else.